symbol of female empowerment who shocked the world when she came out with her own Me Too story. The original Wonder Woman, Lynda Carter, has revealed she's been the victim of sexual assault and harassment throughout her career. And now Lynda's breaking her silence of what really happened in her own words. Please welcome Lynda Carter. Well, they wanted to see you. There she is. A standing ovation. That's pretty cool, a standing ovation.
Thank you very much. They weren't surprised. My picture was up there.
No, they weren't surprised that you were here, but they were honoring you. 'Cause I tell you, Wonder Woman was a symbol of female empowerment.
Yes.
Long before it was in vogue. Well, way before its time. And it's still resonating today. Why?
You know, I think that I finally I figured it out. And it is because she was smart, she was kind, she was beautiful, but she could protect herself and other women.
So I want to go back in time to when you weren't a superstar and you were starting to make Wonder Woman. And I didn't even know much about these early days because they were foreign to me. I wasn't really following what was happening in media when I was, middle school and high school and trying to, just get my own life in order. But I learned that there was actually a peeping Tom on your set when you started filming Wonder Woman. I mean, how ironic that you're a symbol of power, and yet you're being preyed upon in your own dressing room. What's the story there?
I was called into the head of Warner Brothers office, and they said, we have something that we need to talk to you about. I'm going, oh, what did I do? And did I hang from a helicopter? I almost got fired for that. But they said, we have discovered that the cameraman has drilled a hole in the back of your dressing room, and someone caught him going back there and reported it, and Warner Brothers stepped up to the plate and caught him and fired him and drummed him out of the business.
Good for them.
Good for them.
How did it affect you to know that a man had been watching you in your most intimate moments, naked, in your dressing room?
You know, I felt, well, I hadn't really thought about it in many years until this Me Too movement came about. It's one of those things that you put, in your rearview mirror. So it's only recently that I have that it's been unearthed in my psyche, I guess you would say again. And it's a good question because I think I felt embarrassed. But that being said, back then, what do? They did what they did, and I'm grateful to them. But we didn't have any recourse back then. We told our girlfriends, or when things happened, you sort of feel embarrassed. What did I do? How did if you had somebody that said something to you, or you just went to have a drink with your girlfriends and you're having fun and you're dancing, and then someone says something to you, or a group of guys, and then you all of a sudden feel embarrassed and you think, what did I do? I was just having fun. And am I right? Am I getting to what you're right? I see these women and they're saying, I'm a woman. I'm an entire woman. I'm having fun. I'm just being who I am. And that is not an invitation. Hello. Get it through your heads.
What kinds of sexual harassment did you face? Here you are.
I faced some, and I will mention one person publicly. He's no longer around to defend himself.
The reason I bring it up is it's not so much to pry into him, but to understand you. So this gentleman, whoever it is, lecherous, known to others besides you.
Oh, and lecherous in a way that is just, you know, hey, come on in, you want to read a few lines, and, you know, into the trailer, he's got a series and a bunch of, oh yeah, you know, would you take your top off? No! You know, just this, it's like, you know, all the guys are, all of his friends, just stupid things like that.
But I am curious, if this lecherous gentleman, for example, had asked you to do something and you'd fought too hard with him, would you have been blacklisted in Hollywood?
Well, I used humor, I guess, to get out of those situations. It's like, seriously? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, with that, in that particular situation, which was real, he was a bald guy and had a cop show, you know, so if you kind of confront them, then, so you use a way that they have a deniability about what they're doing. No, I was just kidding. And that was the way you sort of got out of it. Am I right? It's one of our ways that we can try to, you know, try to weasel or get our ways out of it, unless they really are rapists and assaulters, and they are trying to grab you, and you know, then it gets more serious.
But in your case, there was actually a deeper double standard, because you're dressed as a superhero. It's a costume.
Yes.
And people...
it was more than what they were wearing to the beach. Mm-hmm. I was wearing more than what they were wearing to the beach.
But also the male superheroes, they were dressed...
Or a sock in their pocket.
Yeah. A sock in their pants. All right. While she celebrates, up next, and this is going to open up about a very, very big battle she fought with alcohol. She's telling us all. Stay with us.
It turns out that some of the original stone markers that delineated America from Canada weren't where we thought they'd be. Here is where the border was, but here is where we found the stone markers. So this town, St. Georges-du-Laurent, and the area surrounding it are actually on American soil.
So we're going to war.
Ah, gee, that'd be a quick one, eh? No. After negotiations, they've agreed to turn the land over. Vermont's about to get a little more headroom. So it was up to me to find a temporary police force to help with the transition. A group of officers familiar with the border area, experienced in patrolling a stretch of highway. Guys who maybe caught a bad break the last time around. So you fellas want to crack at your old jobs?
Hilarious. I'm back with Lynda Carter, and that was a clip from her new movie, Super Troopers 2. And, of course, the face of one of the most iconic female comic book characters in history, Wonder Woman. And recently she was honored with her own Hollywood star. Congratulations. Look at that. Now, on a more serious topic, she's been very open about her battle with alcohol.
Yes.
But you didn't even start drinking till your 20s. So how serious, how did it become a real problem?
Well, I really didn't. I didn't drink because I didn't get it. I would have a glass, start with a glass of wine, and I didn't ever feel anything. So it was like, And then when I got married the first time, I did it to cover up feelings, but of course I didn't drink when I was pregnant, and there would be a 4 or 5 year period where I wouldn't. But if I started again, it was falling off a cliff.
So, the first marriage, you were unhappy in it. Second marriage, your husband, Robert Altman, he was accused of fraud and stuff, which is a lot of pressure.
Right, which he was completely acquitted of.
He was completely acquitted. But there's pressure while you're doing all that. Did that push you to drink as well?
Yeah, sure. That did have something to do with it, but still, this disease is this is now more than, it's been 20-some years ago. This disease is a scary thing.
So, when did you realize that you needed to get help? You're a smart woman. You've been on top of the world. You're in a relationship that's good, dealing with a lot of external pressures.
So and yet, about 97?
What happened? What told you that you needed to stop drinking?
Well, I just kept my personal willpower just didn't work. I didn't want to drink. You know, I didn't. I begged. You know, I you know, cried to the gods. I didn't want to. It was against my will. I drank against my will, and this thing beat my ass. And so I went to Father Martin's Ashley. It's now called Ashley in Havre de Grace, Maryland. And I've been on the board. I was on the board for many years
Good
since.
for you.
And it saved my life. It saved my family. It saved.
What did you learn about the people that you love and the people who love you?
That they, you know, they stood by me. That I was more valuable to them than I realized, and that they loved me in spite of my disease, and that I never lied in my life, but I lied about drinking. It's a cunning disease, and you can't do it alone. I thought I could do it alone. You cannot do it alone. You need help, and you need a group around you that is not your family. Your family needs to turn you over to another group of people.
You know, every time I see you, I love you more. It's that kind of honesty. I know it's hard to talk about it, but it's so meaningful.
It's not hard.
Well, the passion you have for life and for the people around you. I mean, look, she has this beautiful new album out, right? I gotta say, it is fantastic. Your passion comes through your voice.
Thank you.
And I actually didn't even appreciate this talent of yours. But tell us about why you did this.
Well, this is my 4th studio album. I started singing at 14, and that's how I paid for my books and my clothes for school. And I was on the road at 17, and then when I got Wonder Woman, I was singing. I did 5 CBS specials. I gave it up for my children and my family. Didn't want to raise them on the road. I went back about 10 years ago singing, and I was recently at Jazz at Lincoln Center in New York and the Kennedy Center, and I record I've got a great band, and I record out of Nashville, and I sing what I want to sing. Like, I talk the way I want to talk.
Well, I want you all to experience it yourselves, so you're all going home with a copy of Lynda's new album, Red, Rock, and Blues. It's available on iTunes and Amazon as well. And don't forget to see her in her new movie, Super Troopers 2. It's in theaters now. I'll be right back.